my besties, welcome to today's video. Today I thought it would be fun to do the beginning of the book year. Today I thought it would be fun to do the beginning of the year book tag that Larry created. I'm sure you guys already know who she is, but if you don't, you should definitely go check out her videos. She is so funny, creates like the most entertaining content ever, and I love her so much. She's like a huge inspiration for me. I just watched her Throne of Glass reading vlog after I finished Throne of Glass, and it was so much fun to watch all of her reactions as she was reading it. But anyways, she created a list of questions, just kind of like touch base about reading at the beginning of the year. And I thought this would be a fun video to do in January. So yeah, I'll have all the questions in the description if any of you guys want to do this tag, or if you want to answer like one or any of the questions in the comments, that'd be so fun too. Grab yourself a snack, grab yourself a drink. I have the last half of my matcha, and let's get to yapping about books. Question number one right here is, how many books are you planning on reading in 2025? So my reading goal for 2024 was 100 books. I had never read that many books in a year, so it felt like a very ambitious goal, but I did hit it. I read 112, I think. However, I'm gonna like tone my goal back a little bit this year. On Goodreads, I literally put it as 50 books. Overall, I just like kind of don't wanna care how many books I read this year, if that makes sense. Last year, I did start DNFing books when I wasn't enjoying them, so that was huge for me, but I still only DNF'd like 3 books last year when I feel like I could have DNF'd more. I also found myself shying away from like larger books last year because I'd want to read more books in a month. So yeah, basically, moral of the story, I set my reading goal as 50 books on Goodreads, which I'm sure I'm going to hit, but I don't care how many books I read this year. I just want to keep reading, and I want to keep having fun. Question number 2 is a book you're likely to reread this year. Last year, I reread the Magnolia Park series before reading the 5th book, and I reread Happy Place by Emily Henry. But this year, I would love to reread like kind of a lot of books. I would love to reread the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, because that is my second favorite series ever, next to Magnolia Parks. And I want to read it like this year to see if it hits the same as it did when I initially read it. I would also low-key love to do an ACOTAR series reread, since, you know, we're like getting a new book coming out. I think it'd be really fun to do a refresh and reread that series. I'm sure I'll do another Emily Henry reread. I actually kind of want to reread Funny Story, even though it just came out last year. And I've also been meaning to do a beach read reread. You're gonna get kind of the gist from this video that in 2025, I want to be less strict about my reading. I feel like last year I didn't do very many rereads because I almost felt guilty rereading books when there were so many new books that I felt like I needed to know what happened in them. I'm gonna need that to stop. Okay, I think the delivery truck is gone. I think the moral of what I was trying to say is I want to have like no rules with my reading this year and just have fun. So I feel like there's going to be a ton of rereads because I have a lot of comfort books that I would love to revisit this year. Number 3, a priority read on your 2025 TBR. Okay, I haven't really looked at the other questions, so I don't know if there's another question about like 2025 releases, but I feel like a lot of books that I'm excited to read this year are going to be new releases. Obviously, Emily Henry's Great Big Beautiful World, or Great Big Beautiful Life. I don't remember. Abby Jimenez, Say You'll Remember Me. I actually have a whole list on my phone of my anticipated releases because I wanted to remember it when they all come out. Those 2 I'm most excited for, but also I'm really excited for Jessa Hastings' book that's coming out in April, Conditions of Will. New Elsie Silver in March. New Taylor Jenkins Reid. I feel like that hasn't been a new Taylor Jenkins Reid book in a little while. Frederick Bachman is also coming out with a new book in May. I feel like those are the top books that I'm most excited to be released in 2025. As far as books that will not be new released in 2025, I'm really excited to read Crescent City, because in 2023, I read ACOTAR. In 2024, leading into the first month of 2025, I read Throne of Glass. So the natural progression of things means that I must read Crescent City in 2025. Question number 4 is a little bit savage. An author you won't be reading more books from this year. Kind of a tricky question because I feel like there are so many authors that I'm excited to continue reading books from this year. Maybe I'd have to say Jennifer L. Armentrout because I did not like Blood and Ash, so I know I won't be continuing that series. Probably won't be continuing to read any of her other books. Maybe I'll just say her for that question. Okay, number 5. Something new you want to read, new genres or new tropes. I low-key want to try dark romance. I'm not sure if I'll like it, to be completely honest, but I feel like I need to just try it. I feel like I need to dip my toes in the water. And like Larry's a big dark romance girl. I feel like a lot of people that I follow enjoy dark romance, so they're always recommending books and I want to try one. There's one that I downloaded on my Kindle. What did I download? I feel like someone, maybe Emmy Rossum, said that it was like a good one to start with. The Sweetest Oblivion by Danielle Laurie. I don't even know what it's about. I just downloaded it on my Kindle because I was like, I feel like this is the first dark romance book I'll read. Number 6 is a popular book you want to read. There's a lot of popular books that I want to read. I do have The Women by Kristen Hanna on my TBR, and I feel like Kristen Hanna has really been popping off lately. A lot of people really love her work. She's super popular, and so I think I'd really like to try a book by her. Once again, I'm not sure I'm gonna like it, but like I can't knock it till I try it, you know? Okay, number 7 is most anticipated 2025 book release. And I fear I did already go over all of my anticipated releases for 2025, but let's see if there's any that I didn't already mention that I'm excited about. You guys, April is gonna be the most insane month ever for book releases. I have Gifted and Talented by Olivia Blake, Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings, Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez, Enchanter by Kaylee Smith. I still haven't read Phantasma. I actually soft DNF'd that, but I think I'm gonna go back to it because it's my book club's like pick for next month. Fearless by Lauren Roberts, Wild and Wrangled by Lila Sage, Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. I'm gonna be booked and busy for the month of April. Do not ask anything of me. I will be reading for 30, 31 days straight, however many days are in April. That's what I'm gonna be doing. Number 8 is a bookish goal for 2025. As I previously mentioned, I'm not really setting very many goals for myself. I just wanna have fun. But something that I am gonna be a bit stricter with is book buying, because I got my physical TBR down to under 20 books, which is good for me. I would really love to keep it that way. I mean, ideally, I would like read my entire physical TBR because there's something super satisfying about watching it shrink. I think as long as I don't have over 20 books that I haven't read yet, I will be proud of myself. Cause it's always fun to have like some books that you haven't read yet so that I can make like little TBR videos, you know? Okay, number 9 is a book that's been on your TBR you probably won't ever read. Okay, that is really hard. I would like to read every single book that's on my TBR. I have my little TBR cart in the other room and I can't think of a book on that TBR cart that I don't want to read, at least at some point. Do I have anything? My mom gave me her copy of The Secret History, and I'm a bit intimidated by that book because the words on the page are oh so small. So I was thinking maybe I could try and listen to the audiobook and see if I like that. But that's like still not one that I'm avoiding. Like I would like to read it at some point. This question has me stumped. I guess I could say for this one, Icebreaker. I tried reading that one a couple of times and I feel like I finally hard DNF'd that one. I probably won't ever finish it. Number 10 is a series you want to read this year, and I really need to stop answering questions before I get to them because I already told you guys I really want to read Crescent City this year. Number 11 is your auto by authors going into 2025. I keep accidentally already answering these questions. All of the books that I've said that I'm like excited to come out in this year are books by my auto-buy authors. Someone that I feel like I haven't mentioned yet is Stephanie Garber. And she just posted on Instagram today that she is coming out with a new book, I think this year, later this year, and she is 1000% an auto-buy author for me. As you can see, we have Stephanie Garber's Shrine right behind us. Once Upon a Broken Heart. Love that series so much. Loved Carvel as well. Even though the new book that she's coming out with this year is like a new genre for her, I will still be purchasing it 1000% because she was the one who wrote it. So yeah. She's clearly an auto-buy author for me. Number 12 is a book to show adaptation you're excited about this year. Are we gonna get any of Emily Henry's adaptations this year? Is People We Meet on Vacation coming out this year? Because if it is, I am so excited for that. I don't watch a lot of TV. I read a lot of books, don't watch a lot of TV. So I honestly don't even really watch a lot of adaptations unless I was like obsessed with the book, except for, oh my gosh, you know what is coming out this year? The Summer I Turned Pretty final season. I will be sat when that comes out. Summer 2025, I will be sat for that. Summer I Turned Pretty is definitely my guilty pleasure show. Question number 13, a sequel you're anticipating. Last year I read a book called Night Strider by Sophia Slade, and I think she said it's gonna be a trilogy, and the second book in that series is coming out this year called Veil Weaver, and I am so excited for that book to come out because I think on this channel I said in a couple videos I really liked Night Strider. It was unlike anything I'd ever read before. It's a fantasy book that takes place in the waking world and like the nightmare realm. Things that happen in people's nightmares manifest in the nightmare realm, or the reverie they call it. And it was just such a cool concept. Really liked the first book, so I'm super excited for the sequel to come out. I think it's coming out in October. I have it written down that's coming out in October. Oh my gosh, and the second Metal Slinger book. I loved Metal Slinger, and if you guys have read that book, you know that it ends in the most jarring, gut-twisting way. So I like need the sequel for that. I'm so excited for when that comes out this year. I think Rachel Schneider said it's coming out this year. 14, Bookish things you're leaving in 2024. I don't know why I said it like that. Okay, I think I've made it very clear that I'm leaving behind setting strict reading goals for myself. Basically, I'm leaving behind anything that does not equate to me having a jolly good time while I'm reading my little books. Number 15 is what to expect from this account, and it's definitely been my goal to post on here every single week. I think as of right now, I'm gonna be posting every Friday or Saturday with the occasional second video in a week sprinkled in here and there. And yeah, I'm hoping to just continue posting fun bookish videos, ones like this where I just like sit down and yap about books, but also reading vlogs because those are like my favorite to film, edit, and watch, honestly. I would also like to potentially start making just like some regular vlogs as well. I would still incorporate like bookish elements here and there because reading, talking about books, and thinking about books just takes up so much of my life that if I were to film like a day in the life or week in the life video, it would naturally have a lot of bookish elements. But I think posting some stuff that isn't strictly bookish would be fun as well, so I would like to do that. Let me know if there's any videos that you guys think would be fun for me to post, because I definitely have to take your guys' suggestions and just know like what your guys' favorite kind of book videos to watch are. Like, do you like sit down chatty videos? Do you like reading vlogs? Do you like challenges? Yeah, I would love to know. Okay, next question is, how has your reading taste evolved from last year? To be honest, I'm kind of reading the same stuff. I think I've just read a lot more this year. In 2023, I think I read like 45 books, and then like I said, in 2024, I read 112 or whatever it was. So I feel like I've just found more books that I love, and maybe found some more books that I realized I didn't love. But I think my taste is honestly still the same because in the previous year, my favorite series were Magnolia Parks and Once Upon a Broken Heart. Now we've just added Throne of Glass to that mix. Honestly, Throne of Glass may have changed my reading taste. I mean, it changed me as a person as well, but I hope the phase soon passes where I'm not comparing every single book I read to that series, because I finished Kingdom of Ash like a week ago, and I'm really scared that I'll never love something that much again. Okay, 17, booktube creators who inspire you. I love this question because I consume a lot of bookish content. Let me look at my subscriptions, tell you guys some of my fave people to watch. I say I love Sarah, Haley, and Destiny. They're some of the very first book creators that I ever started watching when I found out that booktube was a thing, and I still absolutely love their videos. I love the Australian girlies so much. Rachel Catherine, Sophie Jane, and Georgia. Sophie and Georgia post more like regular vlogs, but this year they've also kind of started to like incorporate some bookish content into their videos, which I love. I love Emmy Rosam's videos, Larry's of course. I love Eden. I originally found her from TikTok, but she started posting on YouTube as well. She's so funny and intelligent. I like love all of her takes on things. I could go on and on and on, but we'll leave it at that for now. Okay, our very last question is something you want to say to anyone wanting to start a bookish account. I don't know if I have any like crazy words of wisdom other than literally just do it. It is so much fun and it's so freeing to stop caring about what anybody might think. I know when I first started posting videos on here, I was so embarrassed about anybody potentially finding them, but any of my friends who did is so supportive, and I wouldn't want them in my life if they weren't supportive anyways, you know? But yeah, just post the content. It's the best creative outlet ever, in my opinion. And it's so much fun opening yourself up to talking about books with so many other people that you wouldn't have otherwise met. So yeah, if you post booktube videos too, comment down below so I can go and watch them and subscribe and stuff. Because like I said, I love consuming book content and I just love the booktube community. It's such a great place. There we have it, folks. I have almost finished my matcha, and we have answered all of the beginning of the year book tag questions. Like I said, I'll put all the questions in the description if you guys want to do this tag, or if you want to answer any of the questions in the comments. And I will see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.